name is Colin Smith, and I'm just going to walk you through for the next 10 minutes a brief overview of Nolan Business Solutions invoice approvals with our new drag and drop functionality. So in my inbox in Outlook here, I've got a number of invoices in my incoming invoices folder, and I've got to enter those onto Dynamics. So I start at the bottom here with my BT Web invoice. I can see it's just an invoice number and attachment. So I'll just open it up as a PDF, and I can see all the details about a Plantronics headset that we bought. So I need to put that onto Dynamics first. So I go into Dynamics, go into transaction entry, and inside here I put my invoice on. So it's voucher number 58. It's my Plantronics headset. I'm going to use the batch notation of CS as my initials, 2108, which is the date. The supplier is BT Business Direct, and their invoice number, which is over here on my other screen, is IN3725369. The value of the invoice is £514.32. And Dynamics works out the VAT for me. It rounds up the VAT. However, BT seems to have rounded down, so I'm just going to put in 102.86 here. When I look at the distributions, I can see because it's BT, I've got my suppliers hardware account attached to them, because that's the types of things I buy from BT Business Direct. With the Nolan Business Solutions invoice approvals, you have some additional windows here. So under eRequest approval, I can see that this invoice requires approval based on a rule that I've set up called admin before the invoice is posted, and requires approval by the admin approvers group up to £1,000. So I've set a rule called to.admin, and that rule says that if I get an invoice in to the admin cost center, which is cost center 100, then I want to send it to that group of users. If the invoice was above £1,000, we could either set it in the rules to go to admin approvers up to 10,000, or maybe we want it to go to this group of approvers, and once they've approved it, it gets escalated further up if the invoice is more than £1,000. Anyway, rules we can talk about later. So at this case, the system has automatically defaulted that the invoice must go to admin approvers up to £1,000. So one thing the users will want to see when they go and approve this invoice is they'll want to see this attachment. So what I can do within the new feature of Dynamics and GP, and also with the Nolan's drag and drop, is I can go to the attach button here inside Dynamics. So I click on the attach button. It opens up a new window where I can attach documents to it. You'll see there's a Nolan's drag drop area here. So if I go back to my incoming invoices, my BT Web, and what I'll do is I'll just grab that attachment and drop it. It's now sitting there attached inside Dynamics GP. What I might also want to do is I might want to send a picture of that headset. So sitting here on my folder on my machine, I've got a picture of that headset, and again I can just drag it on, and there it is. Now with my attachments there, I can preview them inside Dynamics. I can click on preview, I can see the invoice, I can select the view and preview and see the headset. So I'm just going to minimize my Outlook there and save this invoice. Right, so the users within the group that we assigned it to will get an email, and they'll have to go and approve that invoice before it can be posted. So I'm going to go into eRequest, and I've logged in here as Catherine Walsh. So Catherine Walsh is one of our approvers, heads our admin department. If I click on invoice approvals here, it shows us a list of invoices that Catherine has to approve. So we have voucher number 58, it's in there, Business Direct, £617. I can see the summary information right here. I can also go into this button here and I can see I've got an attachment and a view. If I click on the attachment, I then get to see the invoice. If I click on the picture, I get to see the picture of the item we just bought. I can also go by linking into the voucher here. I can see the details, I can see the document number, I can see the value, I can see the account number that it got posted to as well. I can add notes to this invoice. If it came from a purchase order, I could see the purchase orders, and also inside here I can also view the invoices if I needed to. If Catherine's now happy that this invoice, we've received the goods and this invoice is ready for payment, then Catherine can either click the approve button here, or from the front window she can approve from here, or she can tick multiple invoices and approve from here. Once it's approved, it tells us that that voucher 58, the invoice approval has been completed. And if Catherine looks back at her list, it's now disappeared from the list. Back in Dynamics then, if we go and have a look at our voucher number 58, we can see that it's, if I go into additional eRequest approval, we can see that it's been approved. We can also see additional notes that Catherine entered. This is good to post, etc., when she approved it and when approval was complete. And so we can go into this batch and post this invoice through the system. That's a very quick view of Nolan Business Solutions invoice approvals, and with the documents attached drag and drop feature. Thank you for your time today.